Start by securing your thread to the hook, and then wrapping your thread back to the bend of the hook. Snip off the excess thread. Next, select some long elk hair fibers. Clip it off as close as you can to the hide, and then brush out all the excess fur from the stem. Now tip side down, place it in your stacker and stack your hair. Pull it out, and the length of our tail is going to be roughly the length of the shank of the hook. Secure that in at the bend of the hook, trying to keep all the hair on top of the shank of the hook. Wrap your thread forward 3/4 of the way up the shank of the hook, and then pull back all the fibers and wrap back to the bend of the hook. Once your thread has reached the bend of the hook, begin wrapping your thread, completely covering the body as best as you can. The color of the body is going to be the color of the thread you're using. In this case, we're making a red humpy. Be sure the body is completely covered in thread. What's nice about the humpy is that simply by changing the color of the thread, we're changing the color of the humpy. So just keep that in mind if you want to go with a different color. Now pull your elk hair fibers to the front of the hook and then secure them down at 3/4 of the way up the shank, making sure that all the fibers stay on top of the shank of the hook. Snip off the excess fibers. Next will be the split wing, which is made out of elk hair. Stack your elk hair and measure a portion of it that is roughly the length of the shank of the hook. Tie it in as best as you can on top of the shank of the hook, making sure it's nice and secure. Once you have it in place, snip off the excess fibers. Now re-secure the elk hair behind the eye of the hook. Now pull your fibers forward and wrap behind the elk hair wing, so that way we can get the elk hair to stand upright. A few wraps ought to make it stand up. Snip off the excess hair that gets caught going around in the process. Now fluff up the wing and kind of fan it apart. That way we get a nice start to our split wing. Now take your thread and crisscross right in the middle of all the fibers, creating that split wing. Essentially what we're going to be doing here is creating two 45-degree angle posts, and on each post we're going to wrap around as if making a parachute on each side. A few wraps on each post will secure the split wing. This step on the fly will be the most difficult to get down. It'll certainly take a lot of time on the vise. However, a single parachute will also do the trick. Once the split wing is created, we're going to bare the stem of some grizzly hackle and tie it in right behind the wing. We're also going to secure in some brown hackle. Make sure they're nice and secure, then take your thread to the eye of the hook. And then start by wrapping one of the hackles around the shank of the hook, roughly 4 times around the back of the split wing, and then another 4 in front, right behind the eye of the hook. Once one is secure, do the same with the other. Once both hackles are secure, snip them off, pull back your fibers, and whip finish. Snip off the excess thread, and we have ourselves a red humpy.